brake lights. Ain't turning back. Now that I'm back on track, yeah. Take my word from it. Put a couple bands on it. And I don't plan on letting people turn me. No. You can say what you want. I'ma keep pressing on. I can't go pop that green light. I'm getting green light. Talking to my past life. Focus on my brake lights. Cruising to my future now.
Hello and welcome
my beautiful people.
We are so excited to get this show started.
Yes, we are.
It's going to be a great show. And
sure
as our faithful viewers already know, Breaking the Silence never, ever disappoints.
Never.
Before we get into what today is about, for all of our new viewers, let us introduce ourselves. This beautiful lady next to me is Nori. And her twin over there is ShyTia.
It wasn't planned. Definitely not.
But when you're with each other so much, I think that it just happens.
Think alike, just planned.
Yes, and my name is Francisca, and we're so glad you are here with us today. So the topics that we're going to be talking about today pertain to so many of us, whether it affects us directly or indirectly.
Yeah.
Maybe we have a family member, maybe we have a friend, or maybe we even know a coworker that is dealing with exactly what we're going to be talking about today. So don't waste any time. Go ahead and share this show with a friend, with a family member, because it's going to be able to help everybody.
It sure will.
And I'm sure they're like, well, what are you even talking about? Why am I going to share this show if I don't even know what you're talking about?
Spill the tea.
All
Let
right.
them know.
So we have a special guest joining us here in the program. Lilit. She is the founder and CEO of Licasa Treatment Center.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for joining us. We are so happy that you are here in the show with us. And I know that we're going to be talking so much more about mental health and addiction, because that is what your treatment center focuses on, correct?
Right.
All right. But before we get into all of that, so here on Breaking the Silence, as we're in a new year, it's January.
Yes, it is.
We want to improve ourselves. We want to improve in every area of our lives. So today we are reflecting on January and thinking about one word that would sum up how we're feeling towards the end of January. So what would you say that one word would be for you?
New year, new me, putting a business plan together to help as many women as possible.
All right, so empowerment. Okay.
There you go.
And that is exactly what we do here on Breaking the Silence.
For
and
sure.
what about you, ladies?
I would go motivated.
Motivated.
Yes, because a lot of people in January, they tend to kind of lose their motivation to keep going with that goal they set.
They started off with that bang.
Exactly.
And then
They
it's
said,
like,
but I'm keeping myself motivated to keep pushing, to keep going.
Okay.
Right.
Mine would have to be, it's not one word, it's actually two. It's actually three. Just catching myself. Catching myself so I don't allow myself to kind of just go, downhill. So, yes.
All right. Well, I will go with strong. So I'm feeling strong towards the end of January, and that actually leads us into our topic that you're going to be joining us in, which is checking on the strong one.
I love it.
It is so important for us to check in on our strong friends, our strong family members, our strong coworkers, because they are the ones that are struggling, and oftentimes they struggle in silence.
Yes.
So we're going to be diving deep into that.
Very interesting.
Then we're going to have our game. Okay. Last time we played this game, it didn't go as well. Definitely the control room was winning because the hosts were struggling. And what game is that, you think? Well, you're going to have to stay tuned till towards the end of the show to see which game that is. But on that note, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
All righty.
Your voice, breaking the silence.
Being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health.
Find the resources you need
to make your mental health a priority.
Love your mind.
From the pages of the Bible
An epic story of faith and destiny. The Promised Land. Joshua leads the 12 tribes of Israel.
Those who choose not to follow orders will be considered traitors.
Conquering kingdoms. Facing betrayal.
Well, I believe that you would be a great leader, but I was wrong.
And fighting impossible battles. Love. Intrigue. War. And miracles. A drama like no other. Experience timeless lessons.
He answered me.
And the power of true faith.
I come to you and I humbly beg of you for aid.
The Promised Land, only on LFN. Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Tune in and be inspired.
On Breaking the Silence, we aim to broaden your horizons on a variety of topics.
Off your phones and enjoy each other.
Beneficial advice you can use in your daily life.
It's always important to consult your doctor.
Let's explore today's topic together on Breaking the Silence.
All right, welcome back to Breaking the Silence. In this segment, we're going to be talking about the importance of reaching out to the strong ones in our lives. Oftentimes, those strong ones are struggling. They're struggling in one area or another, and they're too afraid to reach out. They're too afraid to ask for help because they feel like they're going to let people down, that they're going to not live up to the standards that a lot of people set for them. But they need to understand that support is there for them, and we can never be afraid or feel like we're stepping out of bound by talking to that strong friend and asking them for help. And oftentimes that conversation is needed. That conversation is necessary. So we have to be bold and reach out to them. And oftentimes that takes several attempts, several times to reach out before they actually will tell you what happened. So Lilit and ladies, so we're talking about the strong one. And I think we can all resonate with either knowing somebody who is the strong one or we ourselves are the strong one. So what do we do when we're struggling, when we are the strong ones? How do we reach out for help when everybody's the one that's always coming to us asking for that help?
I believe being a strong individual myself, when I'm going through a certain situation in my life, I never want to tell people what I'm going through, but more so I will call them and say, hey, do you want to go somewhere? Do you want to do something? And that after going out and spending some time together, bonding time with a friend or family member, that's what makes you open up about your situation. If somebody approaches you about it, you don't even want to go out with them. You don't even want to discuss. You have to feel comfortable enough to, make that approach to go somewhere with them or any individual and just start talking about your situations. But it always starts off friendly and about different topics, and then all it takes is one conversation with a trigger, and then they'll open up and start talking and be more open about the situation.
I love that because a lot of the times we just see our strong friend like they want to hang out or whatever, but we need to look past what it is that they're saying, because really that could be them reaching out for help and they just don't know how to do it, right?
That's where my question comes in. Like, what are some signs to look for? Because when it comes to a strong person, for some reason, we always tend to bypass or to not even think about that they need help. That they need help too. That, it's okay not to be okay. And they're that go-to person that, you're always going to, you're always counting on, you're always calling, you're always expecting to show up, but who's showing up for that strong one? So how can I, or what are some things that I can be able to look at or look out for in a person, as maybe like key or signs that, they're in need of help if they're not opening up?
Well, I believe multi-personality on the same day is definitely a good way to see that they're going through something, especially nowadays with social media being so public. You can be posting about one happy scenario and then a sad scenario, and that's when you know they're having a rampage within themselves, but they don't want to speak about it. And usually when they're struggling the most, they show you they're happiest the most.
Yeah, I like that as well. Because you see a lot of like celebrities, especially like Robin Williams and things like that. Like they always push themselves to make people happy, to make people laugh, because it's something that they couldn't do for themselves.
Absolutely.
You know, and like speaking of him, like, is there somebody maybe personally that you know or that you noticed too late? Like that person was crying out for help or was looking for help and you didn't catch the signs in time?
There has been situations where I witnessed throughout my experience with my professional level of life, but absolutely, I mean, they show you they're the happiest, and they'll ask, hey, just constantly texting. They're asking you how you are. They're not saying how they are. So that's definitely a number one sign. When they constantly reach out to you asking you, is everything okay? How are you? How are you doing? That means they need to be asked if they're okay. They need somebody to communicate through.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So as you were speaking, I mean, we have this idea of mental health, right? What it looks like. It looks like somebody who's depressed. It looks like somebody who's dressed in black. It looks like somebody who's always in their room, that is antisocial, that maybe doesn't ever post anything, that is always crying or angry. But now, as I'm listening to you, you're giving me a different perspective as to what mental health looks like. It looks like somebody who wants to go out and hang out with a friend. It looks like somebody who is happy or who's posting a lot. So what other traits could we be looking out for to notice if maybe one of our strong friends is struggling and we're just seeing that as just a normal sign that they're fine?
For you to think that they're, for them, the way you would look at it is if they're actually really reaching out to you about you, like I said, and their multi-personality, daily activeness. Those that want to hurt themselves, they always show you they're the happiest.
Okay.
And you never actually see it coming. It's always by surprise, because they don't actually care about themselves at that moment, but they care about making everybody happy around them.
I have this question here. So let's say, for example, I'm the strong one. Everyone's always coming to me. Everyone is expecting me to be able to solve their problems or help them with whatever it is that they're going through. But I end up reaching my breaking point. How can I, or how can someone in that same situation, how can they catch themselves on time? Because I've seen certain people before, people in my life that, you know, they were that strong person. Like, I mean, no matter what it is that they went through, it could have been a loss, you know, of a loved one. It could have been something that happened in their career, or it could have been anything. And they handled it with such grace, or they handled it with such strength. But then one day comes and it's like they completely snap. So how can you, as a person, if you're that strong person, how do you catch yourself to make sure you don't reach that breaking point?
I believe for every individual, whether you're going through mental health crisis or not, should seek mental health therapist at least once a month. Somebody for you to just talk to, that you know that they're not going to judge you. Therapy is very needed, especially or as a woman, like before you even get to that point, join activities, mindfulness, meditation, yoga. It's very important for you to go just blending with people and release that stress and that anxiety, depression symptoms that you have that's coming your way, because we always feel it. As strong individuals, we always have that feeling. We know when it's coming. We can stop it, but some people choose not to stop it. They think they're stronger than that until it really hits them.
And as you was talking about that, I wanted to ask, like, and especially because you said like you do this professionally, in your opinion, why do people hide what they're going through? Because again, if they're that person that everybody can come to them, why do they feel like they can't go to anybody else?
Because they think that the people that actually look up to them and that they inspire will look down at them and think they're weak because they're always wearing the strong coat.
So speaking about that, so, you know, when you ask a strong friend, or in general, when you ask a lot of people, how are you doing? Are you okay? How are you handling this situation? Especially when you know they're going through something. The first response that people will always say is, I'm fine. I'm fine.
That's when you know they're not fine.
Yeah. So how is it that you get past that? Because that I'm fine is almost like a wall that they put up between you and them and saying like, oh, I'm fine. I'm good. Don't worry about me. And it's like, you can come to them so many times and you keep getting that same response, but you know inside that they are not fine. So how would you approach that conversation, that friend, that person in your family, that coworker that you know is not fine, but every time you talk to them, they are saying, I'm fine, I'm okay. Like they don't even want to talk about it. They don't want to bring it up, probably because it hurts too much. And the second that they acknowledge that that pain is there, they're going to break down. But how can you get past that wall?
You have to, in situations like that, you always have to speak from your own point of view. Oh, I'm going through this situation myself, and but don't make it aware where you understand that they're going through a situation. Just make them feel comfortable that you're going through a situation. You're opening up to them, and then they're going to start speaking to you about their.
I like that. That's very interesting because a lot of us, and I speak for myself because I'm the type of person that if I see ShyTia going through a problem, I'm just going to go straight to the point and be like, Tia, what's up? What's going on? And that can actually be like that wall or barrier that she puts up and it impedes me from actually getting through. I like that. That's interesting.
How do you do that? Like, as you said, like, but you don't want to overstep because maybe it's like you're trying to get there and you're trying to get them to open up, but they feel as if you're overstepping because you're constantly like going to them and they're like, just leave me alone.
Observe the situation before you do an approach, and before you do an approach, understand how you're going to approach in order for you not to intimidate them to feel weak about their situation.
Okay.
You're giving. You have one more question? Go ahead.
I have one more question. Okay, so let's say, for example, I lost my train of thought. But let's say, for example, I see someone going through a problem, going through a situation. Everyone goes through problems. Everyone goes through a situation. How do you know when it's your time to step in and intercede for that person, or just to step back? Because again, you don't want to overstep, but also you don't want to be that person that's always like enabling them, or maybe just I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like when do you know you have to step in and intercede for that person because you see that they're not able mentally or emotionally to handle whatever situation they're going through? And when do you know it's like that time for you to just step back and kind of let them have their moment or their growth moment? Because everyone goes through it, you know?
Well, I believe from my personal experience, the person that's the most intimidating person for another individual is the person that they actually look up to and get inspired by. So when nobody can help, usually it's that person, when you step up and show love, they actually look up to you and they want to do better. They see that they're getting the attention from you they never received. So they feel more welcomed into speaking to you, and you don't really have to do much. They'll just start opening up to you about it.
Okay. All right.
I've experienced that all throughout this 10 years almost in mental health. I've always been very intimidating for many people, but I have also been an inspiration for them. So when I step in and I try to speak to them, it's like they respect my authority more than they would respect the therapist because they look up to me. They also know my story. So it's always the person that's the most intimidating that can change the situation.
Yeah, because they have to know that you're the strong one and that you're serious about it. Because if they know that they can like do like a pushover, or they can get over on you, or they can kind of tell you a story and you're going to leave them alone. They're going to know how to be able to play the game,
Yes.
so to say. So you got to be definitely strong and direct when dealing with people. with
Absolutely.
mental health. So thank you so much for giving us such great insight. I am looking forward to the rest of this interview. But right now we're going to have to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back with the game that we struggled with last time. So you're going to want to stay tuned for this.
Hear from strong women who are crushing their goals, overcoming challenges, and living their best lives. You won't want to miss a single empowering minute. Stay tuned and join the movement.
Too busy to sit down with your favorite network? Not home to catch what's on TV? Welcome to the ULFN app. There's nowhere else to find action, drama, news, and motivation that lifts you up like our inspirational programs. No matter where you are, there's no better way to tune in and stay up to date with the latest episode when it airs. Our live broadcast enables you to watch us anytime, anywhere, 24/7. Never get left out again. If you're a fan of any of our programs, download the ULFN app now and watch what you love. Available both on the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Stronger together. Breaking the Silence is your community for support and inspiration.
Have you ever helped a fellow veteran?
Of course.
Yes. Have you ever asked for help yourself?
It's always tough, right? I always feel like I can solve my own problems, but eventually, you just can't deal with it on your own. And you start to question, maybe people would be better off without me. When you realize that you're not alone, once you take that first step, there's so much support.
All right, so if you are still with us, you are enjoying our special guest, and you were curious as to what game we totally bombed last time we played it. And here we are again. Picture this phrase.
I'm not ready, y'all. I'm really not ready. But I got no choice.
I hope that did better than last time, because the control room was definitely winning the game.
Yes.
And as hosts, we were on the
I think we got like one right out of the whole thing.
That's horrible. It was not easy. So hopefully we have better luck at this game. I feel confident in us. We can do it, guys.
Yes.
We can do
All
this.
right.
All right, let's
so
go.
let us look at our first one.
Morning coffee, and then you go out on a run with the sun shining.
Let me write down my answer.
Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
This might be wrong, but
okay.
I don't know.
Ready.
3, 2, 1.
Coffee run?
I put morning routine.
I put self-care.
Coffee run. Coffee
What is
running.
it? Running on coffee.
Coffee run.
Y'all
I got
playing
2
games
out of the
at
3
this
words.
point. Like seriously? Oh man.
Come on.
All right.
Okay, okay, we kind of figured the thing.
Who was
okay.
gonna guess that?
I said coffee run.
Okay,
All right.
next one.
Let's see the next one. What? Okay.
Oh my goodness. Seriously?
No.
It's cake time. I don't know.
I have like 2 in my head.
Oh no.
I have no idea.
I I don't know.
Oh, I hope y'all are enjoying us host struggling.
I have no idea, y'all. At this point,
I have 2 in my head.
I got my
I
answer.
just got one.
Y'all ready?
3, 2, 1.
Question mark.
Time.
I put time to eat cake.
Question mark.
Time to eat cake.
But then I was also thinking
Because
snack
I
time.
promise you, they're gonna put something so crazy that we weren't even gonna
All right,
figure
what's
out.
the answer?
Time for dessert.
I
was close.
I'm getting the words there. They just might be mixed around.
Oh goodness.
Come on now.
Time for dessert. That's crazy. I told y'all.
We get the
We were
word
gonna
off
get
with
that.
their heads. All right.
Okay.
Time for dessert.
Y'all killing us.
Oh, that looks like Nori.
Okay. I got this one. I hope it's right.
Ready?
Okay.
At this point, I'm just winging.
3, 2, 1.
Beauty sleep.
I said
Nap
sleep and
queen.
beauty.
Nap queen.
Nap queen.
Beauty
queen.
sleep.
Nori.
Sleep and beauty.
Queen of naps. Yes, baby, that is me. Oh,
She
gosh,
said
I should have
anywhere,
gotten that.
anytime.
I need to be more literal. Let me be more literal because I'm like thinking of
That's
famous
horrible.
things. Let me be more literal.
You guys are making this
not
complicated
phrases
for
I
us.
say often.
Okay.
All
Ooh,
Okay.
child. All right. Next one.
What in the world?
Francisca. I'm kidding.
Oh
That was okay. Computer, fish, and a cat. What is that supposed to be?
Oh, thank you.
Miss, come on, you don't know what
said
this is.
You just said it. Are you looking at my?
She do be cheating.
She just
She
looked
be
at my board because she didn't have an answer. As
The
soon
last
as I
time we
wrote it
played
down-
the game, she was like, "Me and Tia's gonna have to. We're gonna get this wrong." And I'm like, "How do you know what I put?"
She still got the
got it
credit,
wrong,
Cheetah.
though.
We got it right.
All right, let's
okay.
go.
Catfish.
Yes. Catfishing.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, all right.
I feel like you was writing too long for it to just be catfish.
Yeah,
what you
catfishing.
put?
She had to wait till I wrote it down. and
Thank you.
write it.
I got it to the T, y'all. So y'all better make sure
No,
y'all
I
give me
think
my
we all get a point for that. Come on.
Exactly.
No.
Yes.
Point made. All right, next one.
All right.
What in the world?
Okay, I think I have this. I feel like I'm overthinking all of these, so I don't
Hold
know.
on,
I'm
let me
just going with my gut.
I'm
just
telling you, the
going with
level
my
of
gut.
It's in this place.
Let's go.
Okay, I got it.
3, 2, 1.
Francisca cheated for the record, y'all.
Wrong idea.
Wrong
I put
idea?
not a bright idea.
Yeah, I put no idea or I can't think.
Bright idea
idea
going
going
wrong. I feel like I should get that.
I should get it.
idea.
Wrong idea.
I told
But you see
y'all.
the bright. You gotta include the
But it's
bright.
wrong.
Bright, not a bright idea.
I have no idea.
I feel
Okay.
like
Okay,
Let's go.
Let's go to the next one. Oh, I'm saying the control room is winning.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Y'all a mess.
No pressure
Okay.
when we hear that.
Pressure, no pressure. Okay.
All right, ready?
wait.
Show your cards.
3,
1,
2, 1. Fun in the sun.
Yeah.
Oh, I put playing outside.
I put fun day.
Fun in the
Oh, she got it word for word.
Dang.
I should get the crown just for that one.
Right?
All right. Let us go to our next one.
Okay, what's our next?
Oh, that don't look like it should have a heart next to it.
I love Converse. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay. Whew. Oh, I just know.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
Oh no, they always make this hard.
I don't know.
I think I got it.
What can you ever love when you see the sky?
I think
having
I
fun at
got
this
it.
Yeah. All right. 3, 2.
I didn't even try on this
I
one,
put
so.
weighing on my heart.
Oh.
Is it that? Walking on. Where's the eggs?
This one don't count.
You see?
Viewers,
That's a
this one
setup.
don't count.
Where's the eggs?
Setting us up for failure.
I feel like it's weighing on my heart because the scale and the heart.
I don't know where the eggshells are. I don't know where the walking is.
I'm telling you. Okay, let's go. Next one.
Is there any more?
This one's easy. I think this is our last one. Okay, ready, let's go.
Hold on.
So far I got like 5 points. So we know I'm gonna be the winner. Francisca's laughing. Okay, come on.
Okay.
Why are you writing so much? Okay.
Why are you looking at my chords?
Let's
3,
go.
2, 1. Crossing the finish line?
That's what I put.
Yes.
Running late.
Oh my God.
I think they're playing with us at this point. I think they're playing with us.
Running late. Does that look like running late to you?
Why does any of that say running late? I don't see a clock.
I think they enjoy playing games with us.
And you're not hitting the finish line if you're running late. Oh.
Look, the viewers agree with us and say this is shenanigans. All right.
So who's the winner of the shenanigans?
Who won?
Obviously you.
She won.
Because I got one right.
Did we get any right to you?
Yay,
I think that we got a couple.
You got a couple words.
That counts. I got the catfish.
I hope you guys got a kick out of it.
I got the catfish.
Oh yeah, I got the catfish.
All right. Well,
get a point.
I'm gonna wear the crown.
If she wins,
we're proud
we
of
win
you.
as well. So
No.
it's fine.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, you don't need your popcorn anymore.
Thank you. I am participating in the games now. Not just sitting back and watching everybody else participate. I hope y'all enjoyed that game.
Yes.
So next time we say, oh, that dreaded game is coming on the show, you're going to know which game we are talking about. But hopefully next time it will be easier to guess the phrases. All right. So on that note, we're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere because our guest is returning on the orange chair, and we're going to be diving into her facility and everything that her facility offers. So definitely stay tuned. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Jesus was more than just another man. He was God in the flesh who revealed the power of the Spirit as he performed many miracles and taught the truths of the kingdom of heaven. Jesus established his church to carry on his mission, to reveal God through both his actions and his words. The Universal Church takes that mission very seriously as a school of faith. Our goal is to help you discover and develop your faith so your life can be transformed. We teach you how to draw closer to God by activating trust, faith, and obedience. Essential spiritual building blocks for a deeper relationship with Him. What sets us apart is that your problems become ours. As we fight your battles for you and alongside you, any victory and success that you win by faith becomes God's victory and success, so that you can become the next powerful testimony for His glory. Let's help you find what you've been searching for.
This year has brought on many changes. You took on new projects and learned to do it yourself, like mastering your favorite dish or learning how to change your oil. Turns out it was easier than you thought. Your green thumb may have grown, as did your herbs. Looking back, you mastered many projects, but one thing you may not have tackled is your health, even if you noticed something isn't right. Lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer death in the U.S. When caught early, the 5-year survival rate is almost 60%. But when caught late, it's only 6%. That's why it's important not to ignore common signs of lung cancer, like an unexplained cough or shortness of breath lasting more than 3 weeks. If you're at risk for lung cancer and have these symptoms, don't gloss over it. Do it for yourself and schedule a visit with your doctor today.
Explore the road to success with inspiring guests, motivational tips to change your life for the better, and entrepreneurs advertising their business. Now, today's guest.
Yeah, so we are joined back here with our special guest, Lilit. She is the CEO and founder of Licasa Treatment Center.
Yes.
So you help people that are struggling with mental health, that are struggling with addiction, to be able to get to the root cause of the reason for their addiction or maybe their mental health crisis that they are going through. But I want to speak to you first about what led you to getting into this field in the first place. Was it something that you experienced in your life that led you into this field?
Yes, in 2016, I witnessed the loss of my husband. And I went through a severe traumatic experience in my life where I was in a very dark place and going through depression. So I started speaking to different people for different business ideas to understand what I can do to reshape my life and to come out of this darkness. And somebody else said, oh, you should start doing, opening a sober living home where you get to deal with people with different trauma experiences and mental health issues, and it might help you as well. And as I got into it, it definitely did help me while I was helping them.
That's how it always works, right? Whenever you're helping somebody, I think you're helping yourself too. You're counseling somebody, you're also counseling yourself.
I wouldn't be able to overcome the situation I went through if it wasn't for my clients.
Wow.
It's while I helped them, they really did help me because everybody had a story, and the fact that I was so open and willing to speak about my story with them, they respected that.
Yeah.
They don't want to speak to somebody that doesn't have a story.
Right.
They want somebody that has a story and that they can relay and that not be judged about their situation.
That is so interesting.
That was my main reason why I got into this industry, and I just started growing from one business to another, and it's been great. I love what I do, and I enjoy it. I enjoy every minute of it, and whether they can afford it or not, they know that my door is always open at the business to help them at no cost, whether they do have benefits or they don't have benefits. I have created a care plan for everybody to be able to achieve the help that they need.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah,
I like that. Amazing. And that brings me to my question. A lot of times we go through certain situations in life and we feel as if we've surpassed or we've healed from it. Did you ever encounter a moment or a situation where you're kind of like in the middle of helping a client, and what they're experiencing or what they're telling you kind of triggered you and made you realize maybe, okay, this is an area that I still need to work on, or maybe it made you feel uncomfortable and maybe want to take a step back? And I ask this because, I remember in my healing journey, I've always portrayed myself as a strong, bold person. Like, Nori, you got this, shake it off, and this and that and the other. Keep going, keep pushing. But then you get to meet somebody who is going through something very, very similar, and you have that moment, I don't know if to call it an aha moment or whatever, where you kind of realize like, I'm still not 100% there yet. Did you ever have a moment like that with
when you go through such a traumatic event in your life? Continuity of care is so important, because all it takes is one trigger, and that trigger can come from any environment. So that's why you do have to keep your treatment, whether it's once a month, twice a month, always there.
Okay.
Just so you can always let it out. It's always going to be there. And like I said, all it takes is that one environment where a conversation can open up and your triggers can come along. So definitely.
Okay. That's why you always want to get to the root cause.
Yeah.
Because if, excuse me, if you don't get to the root cause, then you're going to be triggered one way or another, and you're going to resort right back to what it is that you were dealing with in the first place. So dealing with that is important.
Root cause is always good to get into the root cause, but it's not always the answer or the ending of it, because some people have trauma from blood, let's say. You can be watching the news and you can see somebody that that's been affected by something, object or anything, and you see blood and you're like, oh my God, your trauma starts hitting you, but nobody understands what's going on in your head. You're just grabbing on to your old trauma and it's just building up inside of you. So root doesn't really affect it unless it's with addiction.
So how does that tie in? How does addiction and the root cause tie in together with the addiction and mental health?
People think mental health is a weakness, correct? Personal weakness. And they think that the only thing that reflects addiction is a personal choice, but that's wrong because it's a complex. And it is a treatable care which can be solved with therapeutical and environment. Always try to be in an environment that you know is not going to trigger your mental health or get you back into addiction. And support system is so important.
And as you're talking about support system, let's say this person, they have like a family member that they want to get help. What should families look for in like treatment centers or things like that for them to choose, like, this is where I want my loved one to go to?
Transparency, accreditation of all the staff members, and to have open communication skills with family members, because the treatment center that offers the proper services should never fear from speaking to family members, because that's the first person that's going to come for care when their loved ones are going through situations.
And with that, like, because you mentioned that they should have transparency, they should always speak to a family member. Is that why you suggest people to go to a place closer to home? That way you can have that family support and care to be close to them?
Absolutely. To prevent from stigma and, you know, for family to definitely be closer to them, for them to have the support system around them, because like I said, it's continuity. So you don't want, you can go anywhere else out of state or whatever, get help, and you get used to those people, but when you come back, you can't go back to them. You can go back to them, but you're cutting time away from your family, and you're always fighting through family distance, addiction, or mental health, but you're always having that family missing part from you to actually get the best care. So when you do have the family around you, it's always the best, you know, especially when parents are involved or the loved one is involved.
Yeah, because when it comes to mental health and addiction, the family suffers as well. The loved one suffers. So just because they're in treatment, the family also needs to have that same kind of treatment, that same kind of support.
Absolutely.
Because if that family member that is getting the help starts to change, but the family members don't know how to accept that family member, or doesn't see like the change in them, or is so used to them going right back to their old ways, I'm really glad that you incorporate the family into that healing process, because it's a whole unit that needs to be healed. It's a whole unit that needs to support each other, because if the family is against that person, especially with addiction, and they change, then their family can always throw things back in their face. Oh, you're not healed, you're not this and that, which can then trigger them to go back into addiction.
Absolutely.
So with your treatment center, what are some things that you offer? What are the different treatment plans that you offer? Because I know they have long-term care, they have outpatient, they have long-term care, outpatient, like just seeing a therapist. So what are the things that you offer?
We do offer intensive outpatient services, and we do offer fully outpatient services and partial hospitalization services. We provide psychotherapy, individual therapy, evidence-based therapy, mindfulness, creative art, group therapies, life skills, trauma therapy, psychiatrical. So it's a lot of stuff that it depends on individual based.
Yeah, and one thing that I noticed that you find important to work with are like our first responders and veterans. And I think that is good, because especially for the veterans, they come back from like this traumatic experience, they went to war, and it's like people don't, like their family or other people around them don't understand what they're going through and why they're going through it. So why is it something that was so important for you to incorporate?
I always had the heart to help veterans and law enforcement because they're the ones front lines for us. And but veterans more so because my husband was a U.S. Marine veteran. But also, I feel like they need more attention than we as the country gives to them. Most of the time they don't have the benefits that they can turn to somebody when they need to until it gets really bad. And their gradual healing and resilience strengthens families and communities.
And with that, and the reason why I'm also asking this question is because I have several people very close to me that they're veterans, or they've been in the military, they've served. When they come back home, it's like they still want to be like they've gone through so many things, they've seen so many things, but they still want to I guess maybe like portray that strength, like, oh, I got this, so when it comes to them not being okay, or to start having, like mental health issues and things like that, what is some things that you offer in order for them to kind of, get back on track, to get back to themselves? Because something that I've seen a lot is a lot of them, they're kind of resistant when it comes to kind of like accepting that they do need that help.
Majority of the clients that I've had, as far as within the veterans, they're willing for they're willing to get the help.
Okay.
And I am on Vet Friends with Licasa Treatment Center for scholarship for vets. So I do scholarship vets that don't have benefits, and I believe it's the more you give them the attention, the more they speak to one another to go get help.
Okay.
So kind of like that peer support, right? Yes. Because when one person does it, then it seems like it is okay. We always have to be that one person to break out of that mold. So for some people that may have a stigma with treatment, or may think like it's not for me, or I don't know how it works, it kind of makes me antsy to like go in there. I don't even know what the procedure is. Can you give like a rundown of what maybe the first day would look like for somebody who walks into your treatment center and says, hey, I need treatment, I'm struggling with mental health or addiction, I'm currently in active addiction? What does the process look like for them when they first come to your
case management? First they speak to a case manager, and then after that they'll go through biopsych and social, and the therapist will figure out what therapy is needed for them, what kind of base treatment is for that specific individual.
Okay, so it's depending on what it is the person is dealing with and what is needed at the moment.
It is individualized for each individual.
Okay. So I hear that you expanded into Texas, right? So
I have.
So how did all that begin? Where did you start off, and what made you expand into Texas?
I started off in California.
Okay.
In Woodland Hills.
Okay.
In Reseda. So now I have one of my mental health outpatient centers in Reseda, which has been there for almost 9 years.
Okay.
Yes. And I had a lot of clients from Texas, different parts of Texas. And they were the ones that were actually telling me that, hey, we need to have Licasa Treatment Center there, because I have clients that are in LA right now getting care that can't wait until the treatment center in Texas is open for them to come here.
Okay.
So it's because of my clientele and the demand, and I like the unity in Texas. LA, back when I was in the industry, it wasn't like this. Now there's a lot of things people are in the business for not being in a business to offer the services that the people need. It's a lot of back end that I don't want to be around, and after a few visits in Texas, I realized, you know what, the unity is here. And people need mental health treatment centers here that actually do care for people, because I don't work with employees that are just there to work. You come last, client comes first for me.
I like that.
So if you're not ready to approach with care and a loving heart, I understand ethics, code of conduct. You can't, there's boundaries, but you still have to show love. You still have to show care. You still have to open up. You have to secure their safety within their heart in order for them to come to you. And that's what I've been known for.
I love that.
That is amazing.
I love that.
That is so important because during those times, the people need to know that they trust, that they can trust you, and that they actually see that you care.
Because they're being vulnerable.
Yeah. They're talking about something that a lot of people don't want to open up to. They don't want to talk about. So
absolutely,
you feel so much more comfortable speaking to somebody when you know that they actually care and they're not just there for a paycheck. And I love what you said earlier was that you have a treatment plan for everybody, and it's not just like, oh, well, if you have this insurance, if you have, if you're able to pay this, it's open to everybody. So everybody can get the support that they're needing, no matter what it is that they're going through, addiction or mental health. And you also encompass the family. So you're taking care of every area, and it's amazing. So I would love for you, before we end this segment, because unfortunately we're about to end the show, but I would love for you to give your information to our viewers so if they have somebody struggling, they can be able to reach out to you.
Absolutely. We're we will be open March 1st in Conroe, Texas, Montgomery County, for individuals seeking help for mental health. You're more than welcome to contact us, 747-600-0001.
Okay.
Licasa Treatment Center.
Coming in Conroe.
Treatment Center.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on the program. It was such a pleasure talking to you and just having a little bit more insight on mental health and what we can do to support the strong family members and friends in our lives, and the key points that you told us to look out for, that if they're reaching out for help, if they just want to hang out, something as simple as that could just be,
or if they're showing too happy, like they're too happy.
So you gave us a lot of great information. I know our viewers are definitely going to take a lot away from this interview. So again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And on that note, we're going to have to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with Breaking the Silence.
Empowered women, empowering conversations. Stay with us on Breaking the Silence as we inspire and uplift each other.
You are watching the right show.
I already know it.
Why look anywhere else?
Cartoons, cereals, and laughs with the AM show.
Pure entertainment.
Look over here, miss. Sir.
Wait a minute.
I have good news for you. No matter your situation, no matter who you are, there is a way out. There is hope.
Everything you love is right here
on the YOLO Show.
Look, there's nothing we like to do more than heat it up
on LFN.
Is it not possible that we treat each other like brothers for a moment? The only one I had left me for a beggar.
Spread the word.
A miracle is going to reach you right there where you are.
Spread the faith.
He is able to transform your life. He is the God of the impossible.
We are the LFN, and we are here to stay.
I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we did.
She has to come back.
Yes, she is definitely going to have to come back on our show to talk about everybody that she's helping out there in Conroe. So thank you so much, Lilit. Thank you so much for joining us here on the program. Remember, she is the founder and CEO of Licasa Treatment Center, opening in Conroe. So reach out to her, see what she can do to be able to help you, a family member, and maybe if you don't know anybody that is dealing with it, you can always keep her information handy so that when you run into somebody, you can give them her information. She is more than willing to help anybody that is dealing with mental illness 100%. Or addiction. So reach out to her. So ladies.
One thing before you continue, one thing that really stuck out to me is the fact that it's it's not just a business. It's something that's kind of like a calling, and you see the difference. You hear and you see the difference, as opposed to someone else just, opening their own business. You know what I mean? Especially when you have that relationship. Like, one thing that she mentioned is, like, when you have that experience, that relationship with, you can relate to the person, and that person has like a aha moment where it's like, OMG, I'm not the only one. Like, you know what I mean? So, and there's a lot of people who unfortunately are suffering, are going through certain situations in silence like that. So
so
hit
true.
her up.
So true. So you definitely want to hit her up.
Yes.
Save her number, save her information. You don't want to lose it. But go ahead and scan that QR code there on your screen.
Right
It'll
there.
take you to Breaking the Silence _ talk show. There you can leave in your comments, your responses in today's show, topics that you would like us to cover, and even if you would like to be a guest on our show, join us there on the chair. My lovely favorite host.
I'm never gonna let her go for that, y'all.
Never ever let me down. But you know what? That's okay. That's how you know we're live. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this show, and we would love to have you here on the show to join us in the shenanigans that are here on the show.
Definitely.
Especially with this one over here. But on that note, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.